Mel, everybody. Hey, Cantonese Cat here. I got Charting Guy here today. I'm going to do an interview with him, have him show his charts. I have been following him for a few months now. I actually enjoy a lot of the charts, a lot of the technical analysis that he does, especially when it comes to the cryptocurrency markets. He's got a lot of charts that I tend to agree with. If you enjoy what he's talking about today with me, please give him a follow. He's got close to about 10K followers on X. His handle is really simple to remember at Charting Guy. Anyway, give him a follow. Hope you enjoy. Hey
Okay.
everybody, hey Cantonese Cat here. I got Charting Guy here with us. It's his first time doing a video on his charts, and I'm gonna just let you kind of tell us what you're seeing. Hey, let's go and say hi to everybody.
Hey, how's it going?
We've been trying to coordinate something. I've been trying to get him to do this for, for a few weeks now, and finally he's able to do it. We're able to coordinate time. So we've got his Bitcoin chart pulled up here. We'd like to go through Bitcoin, altcoins, and maybe go through a couple of stocks if we can. Yeah, so we're seeing the Bitcoin chart here. What do you think is going on, man?
So right now we're in the post-halving consolidation. We experience this typically every halving. Here's last halving. It lasted about 160 days before we broke out, and then same thing with the previous halving before that.
Yeah, it looks like every single time after halving, you're gonna have a little bit of a tiny drop, before it seriously makes some serious gains. I guess we were just, around the same spot, just like getting everybody a little bit scared. I guess that's where we're at right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, so if you measure that 160 days that we typically get, that comes out to September 26th or just sometime late um September.
So that's why you're
And
thinking
here I
September.
have the 2020 fractal overlaid and the 2016. And I have like key dates marked that kind of line up on both.
Yeah.
So here, like late December 24th, we have like a top on both that could be a potential top.
Yeah.
January 3rd, potential low. And then um, a potential bull market top day for Bitcoin is March 22nd.
Okay.
Um,
Looking at the fractal, it looks like even before your breakout day, there usually is a little bit of a increase in uptrend though.
yes, I
Yeah.
think the uptrend would probably start in September. I mean, we'll have to see, obviously, but right now, personally, on like the lower time frames, I think we're bottoming now, and I think we're going to bounce back up to range highs,
Hmm.
probably to late to July,
Hmm.
a little August pullback. In September, we'll start heading, back towards the top of range and hopefully get that breakout by then.
Do you think the local bottom is in?
I'd say so, yeah.
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 What are your thoughts like in terms of why you think that the bottom is? Because there are a lot of people calling for lower numbers, right? Like 51K, 48K, all kinds of numbers out there. What do
Yeah.
you think about that?
Um, so the easy thing is just, I mean, the RSI. I mean,
Mm,
it that's a pretty big bullish divergence right there.
yeah. Yeah.
And the RSI never gets this oversold without like a decent bounce. I
Yeah.
mean, you can
Yeah.
check back on every single time we get down at the bottom of the RSI channel, it creates a short-term low or a long-term low. So that's just the simplest way. I mean, there's a bunch of other things like this. We're probably about to break this downtrend. If you
Yeah.
drew like a trend line right there, we're probably about to break that here soon, and that'll lift RSI more towards the top. But yeah, I
Yeah.
think it's in. I mean, there's so much fear
Yeah.
whenever we finally broke that May 1st low of like
Yeah.
56 or whatever it was.
Yeah.
And if you look on the chart, it's just a big wick. And
Yeah.
now we've obviously been trading around it, but we got bought back up pretty fast. Like there's obviously a lot of demand
Hmm.
under that.
Hmm.
So I don't think we'll revisit it. I really don't.
Yeah. Well, what do you think about I guess Bitcoin dominance and things like that too, right? Right now you're seeing a lot. I'm sure you want to talk about the other altcoins that you're very interested in too.
Yes.
What do you think?
So
Yeah.
Bitcoin dominance has been losing momentum since
Yeah.
October.
Yeah.
While the Bitcoin maxis, they keep screaming that this thing's about to break out. RSI topped 8 months ago.
Yeah.
So I mean that's not strong.
Yeah.
And this bullish divergence is just massive. Like that's
Yeah.
ugly.
It's been building
Like
up
it's
for
basically where it was at 8 months ago, trading
yeah.
sideways, like very slowly
Yeah.
higher, but it keeps rejecting.
It looks like it wants to roll over soon. That's what it looks like. And I think you've been just kind
It
of
does.
screaming for, I think you've been screaming for like months and months, like this is happening, this is happening. And it's happening on
Yeah, I've
like,
been I've been screaming it since I noticed since right here.
yeah,
Like when the RSI started going down, I was like, I don't know. And
yeah,
then whenever it made the higher high with that wick, that's an ugly ass wick.
yeah,
And the lower low on RSI, I was like, I started screaming there. And then the bulls, the Bitcoin maxis, they're like, no, look at that. It's like, bro, the RSI is still making lower lows.
yeah, yeah. Very
It's
clear
not
there's
like it might
divergent.
take a bit to top out, but right now
Yeah,
it's on the verge of breaking uh all the uptrends it's been in. I
yeah.
mean,
Yeah, it's hitting some of the bottom like
I mean,
diagonal lines that you
since
have
November
to.
2022, it's been in that uptrend. It already broke that one,
Yeah,
and now we're breaking these.
yeah,
Like, I'd say once we break under this low right here, like 53.71, and make
yeah,
an actual lower low on the weekly,
yeah.
it's just gonna collapse straight down to around 50 or so,
Yeah. I mean, that's always happens, right? Like
and then
altcoins,
go
like
lower.
they try to destroy you. They try to bring Bitcoin dominance up for so high for like a couple of years and get everybody all focusing on Bitcoin. And next thing you know, it just flips. You know, that's just what happens every single cycle. So
Yeah, and then I mean, a lot of people have been posting this big downtrend line that we're kind of just headed up into.
yeah,
So I mean, worst case, we get a little final pop maybe into September, but
yeah,
it kind of lines up with late September. Bitcoin price discovery lines up with alt season to get that
yeah,
final pop to the trend line, maybe, or we've
yeah.
already topped, and then
Yeah.
boom,
I
probably
wonder,
start
I wonder what the
going down. And
narrative.
we typically top out around the 618,
Yeah.
and we're right around it. So
Interesting.
anybody thinking Bitcoin and Dom is just gonna just break out, I
Interesting.
don't know what they're looking at.
Interesting. Yeah. I didn't think you can do Fibonacci for like percentages for Bitcoin dominance, but you can. Yeah, that's very interesting. That actually lines up perfectly.
Yeah.
Yeah. We got close to touching it too, actually. So I'm not, yeah, I don't know.
I, for crypto, I've noticed like you don't have to. I mean, this may sound controversial. You don't have to touch trend lines and
Yeah.
fib levels exactly because it's
Yeah.
crypto. It trades 24/7,
Yeah.
super volatile, wicks crazy directions. Like
Yeah.
honestly, that wick right there is good
Yeah.
enough. It's
Yeah.
maybe 0.2% off. Like
Right.
that's good enough for me.
Plus, there's like a million people watching this trend line, so I wonder whether or not it's even going to really hit, you know. So,
True. Yeah.
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 Yeah. I think you also want to talk
And then
about yeah, BDC Spy as well, but yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
yeah, before I touch on that,
Yeah.
there's this thing I noticed the other day. Somebody posted this, so I
Yeah.
charted it. Um, Gold versus Bitcoin.
Yeah. Different time frames, but nice fractal.
Yeah, way different time so this is I mean this is what 2011 to now. This is 12, 13 years of a chart. And this for Bitcoin, it did what gold did in 13 years in three,
What's the moving average that
which is
you
kind of
have on
crazy.
there?
Think about.
Yeah. What's the
That's the
yeah.
200.
That's the 200, right? So that's the 2 week view, and then underneath is the
I
monthly view.
It might have different inputs. So here it's a weekly, but the chart's a 2 week.
I
And
see.
then
I see.
this one's
That's
the
daily.
daily 200,
Okay.
which everybody's getting scared that we're going under now.
Yeah.
But I mean, gold did the exact same thing right there.
Yeah.
It's looking a little similar. And
Yeah. It's
then
pretty
that same
incredible.
breakout late September, early October is where
Yeah.
we might get
It's
that price discovery, I think.
absolutely incredible. I think it's really been trying to reclaim the 200. Yeah, we've been watching
Yeah,
it.
it is. It is. Everybody's been watching it, but
Yeah.
I saw your post earlier today that Ethereum reclaimed it.
Yeah, it already
Um,
reclaimed it. Yeah. I mean, that's,
Alts are definitely showing more strength in my opinion. We'll get to
yeah.
that in a little bit after this.
Yeah.
So Bitcoin SPY.
I love it so far.
So
I'm loving it
yeah,
so far.
yeah. So Bitcoin SPY. People want to compare the stock market to Bitcoin,
Hmm.
and you pull this up. This literally looks like the Bitcoin USD chart.
Hmm.
It That says a lot. That says that SPY, the S&P 500, is like a stable coin to
Yeah,
Bitcoin.
it doesn't move this at all. Like that's what I'm saying. Like if you use like a volatile asset like Bitcoin that just keeps going up a lot over time, whatever you divide by. I've seen people who like trying to like ARC divided by SPY or like some utility divided by ARC and trying to show, I mean, like it doesn't make any sense to me. So
Yeah, the only way you can make something like that work is just kind of a range, like
yeah,
maybe find a top and a bottom, and like
yeah,
they'll go back and forth, but it's not gonna look like this. It's
yeah,
just not. But right now we're kind of just
yeah,
consolidating on the golden pocket,
yeah.
which is not bearish.
Even
Um,
the
because this
RSI trend
happens every
line,
time. I mean, it feels a little longer this time because
yeah.
it maybe is.
No, it's not really overheated
What
yet
was that?
either. Like it's not really overheated yet either. Like even looking at the RSI trend
Yep.
line, like I can see the top trend line is not hitting it. I can see you have a trend line down here at the wave oscillator is not hitting it. Like there's still
Yeah.
plenty of room to go.
Yeah, this MACD and then what is this
That's MACD.
MRVZ,
Okay.
whatever it is.
Oh, that's the
I forget
MRV.
the
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
yes.
It's not hitting five.
Yeah.
When it hits five, that's when you worry, right? That's yeah.
Yes, when it gets more up here.
Yeah.
So we're kind of, and if you look like where we hit the golden pockets last time, we're like at that same
Yeah.
kind of level
Yeah.
today.
Yeah. Kind of amazing actually how
And
it kind of
then
works out.
this is the MACD,
Yeah.
and it has this downtrend line
Yeah.
since 2014.
Yeah.
Hasn't hit it yet. So
Yeah. It's almost every single time too, like if you're looking at the monthly Bollinger Band too, it just seems like initially you're gonna have a little bit of a pretty bullish move to try and expand the Bollinger Band, and then
mhm.
after that it needs to consolidate because probably just way outside of the Bollinger Band on the monthly, and that's what we've been doing. So I'm not really
Yeah,
I'm not that concerned about it. Yeah.
the Bollinger Bands haven't even expanded yet,
No, it
and
hasn't.
people are
Like
getting bearish.
exactly, it's
It's
contracting
kind
now.
of wild.
It's doing that little contraction
Because look,
again. Yeah, it's doing that contraction that it does every
I know
single
you've been
cycle before
saying we look
expansion.
like we're right here.
Exactly. Yeah, it does that every single
Yeah.
cycle. Like I think the initial push to try and expand out a little bit. So the upper Bollinger Band is still expanding up a little bit, right? But the lower Bollinger Band is a little bit crawling up. But you
Mm,
need that initial upper Bollinger Band to expand before you can actually do have like the parabolic bull run. That's kind of what I'm seeing right now. So
agreed.
yeah.
Um, so let's get into some altcoins.
Yeah. I know you
Here I
love
have
Ethereum.
Ethereum.
I know you love
Um,
Ethereum, so let's talk about it.
yeah. Um, so I have a target of $14,000 for Ethereum.
Hmm.
People call me crazy for that, but if I say, Bitcoin can triple and go to 140, 150, like, but I can't say Ethereum can 4 or 5x, like what?
Yeah.
That makes sense. But there's this big, I mean, this is technically a bearish pattern. this
Yeah.
triangle. It's a leading diagonal. You
Yeah.
have like a wave 1, 2, 3, 4. The final fifth wave would be the top of this bull market, and we'll probably break out of it.
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, I've seen so many
But this
ascending
fractal
triangles. I've
on
seen so
top of
many.
it is the
Yeah.
Bitcoin fractal. So I found something interesing. Well, I didn't find it. I heard, I think it was Raul Paul. I don't know if you know him. He
Oh
talked
yeah.
about it in a video. He said Bitcoin is following Ethereum, but one cycle behind, and then Solana
Yeah.
is following Ethereum, but one cycle behind. So this is
Yeah.
Ethereum following Bitcoin's last cycle, and it just happens.
Yeah.
The fractal happens to meet the 1.618 and the
Mhm.
top of this triangle pattern.
Yeah. So
All
theoretically,
sometime I'd say Q1 2025
it could
is
even go a little bit
typically my
higher.
bull market
Yeah.
top I'm looking for.
It could even go a little bit higher if it overextends. Like I'm thinking
And
18,000. That's what
it
I'm
definitely
thinking.
could.
But
It
I mean,
definitely could.
obviously, I'm gonna start taking profit before that. But I don't know why people call you crazy. Nobody ever calls me crazy. Like when I say stuff like that. I don't know
I
what kind
I I,
of yeah.
I
Go ahead.
attract a lot of haters from Twitter, I guess. I don't
Uh,
I don't know how. I don't know.
I don't know, man. I mean,
I
it
mean, my
must be the
accounts,
energy. It must be the energy. I don't know, but I
yeah,
agree
I
with you.
say
I
some
think
bold things
yeah,
sometimes, I guess.
this looks amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of like how you
Yeah,
see
but
that
it's
over in the shot, the fractal undershot that triangle here a little bit. I think it might overshoot
mhm,
that too. So who knows? We'll see.
true, true.
Yeah, yeah, and you're gonna
And then
see a lot
another,
of growth asset that has these ascending triangle, and they just keep going higher. Like it doesn't really bother me at all. And it breaks down underneath an ascending triangle. It just finds another and just keeps going up. It's just yeah. And these are log
yeah,
scales, so you don't expect it to just keep going up. In a straight line. So
yeah.
yeah,
And then another thing, that dump that we had
yeah,
on what, Independence Day, July 4th, it hit this uptrend line
perfect.
that has been in play since 2016.
Yeah,
So, I mean, people getting bearish at support is
yeah,
kind of crazy, happens every time.
yeah, yeah. I mean, it's just been yeah, it's just
And
been looking perfect bounds right there, and it's the volume also is telling me that I think this is it. And it's been going sideways. The trend is up overall. Again, there's not like any euphoric sentiment at all, and right now the trend is not overextended at all. There's nothing really to tell me that this is going to be the end of it. So
yeah, agreed. And then
yeah,
we can go on to the Ethereum Bitcoin chart.
yes,
Um,
yeah,
this is probably one of the most bullish looking charts in crypto, in my opinion. And I've been tweeting about that for the past few months too. Um,
yeah. And
it
I
has
agree
this,
with you. I completely agree with you. Like I'm using different methods, but I completely agree with you. So go for it.
yeah, and it has this Wyckoff reaccumulation pattern, and I think we're getting our test right now. And then this breakout would probably be associated with the Ethereum ETF,
Yeah,
I would assume.
yeah. I haven't seen a nice bull flag like that for a very long time. Like it looks like it just wants to
No, yeah.
break out from that channel. So yeah, gorgeous.
And then I'm also gonna pull up some indicators on here. So we can go to the 1 month. Let me
Yeah,
pull up the wave trend and stochastic RSI. So here's some more bottoming signals,
wow,
but on a just higher time frame.
wow,
Um, to buy a signal, this is like a wave trend indicator, and then the Stoch RSI
wow.
is starting to catch momentum, and it'll typically get to the top and trade around it a bit. But as you see, it gets to the top,
Yeah,
keeps going up. So it's so that kind of both of those indicators bottoming at the same time back there,
yeah,
I think signified our low this
wow,
cycle for Ethereum Bitcoin. Same way it did January 2020. As
yeah,
soon as the Stoch RSI crossed, as soon as this flashed a buy signal,
yeah.
It bottomed. Very bullish looking chart.
Yeah. I mean, I think I see from very similar
And
things too. If you look at the Ichimoku Kyle, you don't have to pull it up, but it looks gorgeous. Yeah. But anyway, yeah. We'll move. Yeah, we
is
move
on the
on.
monthly.
I know you want to. Yeah. Okay. You're gonna do it for me. You can see you can see it's reclaiming the Tenkin, like it's reclaiming the conversion line, the blue
Yeah.
line. It's and it did that like right around back
It's,
in early 2020, and it haven't looked back since. It's doing that right now. It's entering the cloud. So
yeah.
yeah,
Mm,
yeah,
yeah, that looks great.
yeah.
I
It looks
mean,
great. Yeah, I don't have any complaints about it. Yeah,
yeah, that's beautiful.
yeah.
And we can move on to XRP.
Ooh,
Um,
nice.
so I think XRP is repeating this 2017 breakout, but on a much wider, longer scale. Um, and we got this break of support right here, which
Yeah,
was a fake out.
yeah,
Same thing happened last time, but it was a huge wick last time. Thankfully, we didn't get that. I think we've already bottomed on that.
yeah.
As I said, I think the entire market's bottomed, and we're looking for the turn back up. But as far as this price, that's a little crazy. I understand that. I don't. I'm not gonna say it's gonna hit, 50,
Yeah,
$60. That's kind of wild. I'd
yeah.
say maybe more realistically, we'd probably still follow the fractal, but maybe, get a pop to like $4 or $5 all time high,
Hmm.
consolidate a few months, and then get a final pop to like, eight
Yeah,
$8 to $10.
yeah,
But we'll probably still follow the direction of the
yeah,
fractal. Fractals are more about timing and direction than exact price, as
yeah.
I've grown to find
To
out as I
learn.
use
Yeah,
them.
yeah. But wow, I
And
mean,
then
it's looking.
another,
Yeah, it's looking
go
pretty
ahead.
great. No, it's looking pretty great. Go ahead. Sorry. Yeah, I mean, besides this, are there any other indicators or anything that are also telling you that is going to break out to the upside rather than, because when it comes to symmetric triangle, you never know. We know the liquidity is
Yes.
coming in. We know that Bitcoin's going higher. We know that Ethereum is probably going higher. I would presume that XRP is going to be participating in the rally. But yeah, it's like, is there anything else that gets you excited about it?
Yes. So, as far as the chart, as far as XRP USD, um, I'd say the indicators right now are kind of lagging. So it's not, they don't look as bullish
Yeah,
as they should, because this coin typically it doesn't it doesn't like to show you when things are about to happen. Like
yeah.
I don't know why. So I prefer to look at things like XRP Bitcoin.
Ooh.
Um,
Super trend. Yeah.
yeah. So it's super trend turned green recently and it's starting to break out. Um, Also, I think it was the Ichimoku cloud. It's breaking out too.
Nice. Yeah, on the daily, it's breaking out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. After a big downtrend like that, like it could be pretty powerful. Look at how, man,
Yeah.
this
And
thing's been going down
then
for a long time, like, on the Ichimoku on the
it
daily.
has, so
Wow.
let's zoom out a bit. Um,
Wow.
so it's kind of hitting this low of the range.
Yeah.
Let
Yeah.
me
I can see what we're talking about.
so this since I think it's repeating 2017,
Yeah.
copy that fractal. I also copied the Bitcoin fractal at that
Yeah.
time, the XRP Bitcoin,
Yeah.
and it's looking pretty identical as well.
Yeah. Yeah. The great Mansby
Now
also
let's
loves
pull up a
6RP too.
few.
You guys should talk more about it. Yeah. Maybe you can get on
Yeah,
his
yeah,
channel and
I know
just
he
start talking
does.
about XRP.
Yeah, we could probably do a whole hour video on that.
He would love it. Like his scan is showing like how it's consolidated. It's been just basically back testing a lot of like the angles and the arcs that he had, and it looks like it's found pretty good support and could break out anytime. So like this supports that. So
And then here we have the RSI, which had a nice bullish cross recently at the lows. And when it does that, it typically gets a decent pop. And then also the MACD, whenever it's like way down here, like super oversold, it gets
yeah,
good bounces off of
yeah,
that. And I think it's ready.
yeah.
Um, and then another thing, let's zoom out to the monthly on that. This monthly candle is kind of crazy.
Wow. Look, I didn't know like it's like a straight year down of red candles. I didn't know that. I don't follow XRP very
Yeah,
closely, but that's an insane downtrend.
but this
With an
other
engulfing candle.
indicator
Yeah.
at this Bitcoin bullseye, it's by Tony the Bull. I don't know if you know him.
I heard of him. I've seen his post before, yeah.
Let me make this a little nicer. So he has this indicator called the Bitcoin bullseye, and it's good at on higher time frames, marking tops and like kilos.
Nice.
And it flashed back in April.
Nice.
So that's a good signal.
Yeah.
And then the stochastic RSI also looks great on the
Ooh.
monthly. It's
Yeah.
I mean it just crossed recently.
Yeah. Yeah. So if Bitcoin's gonna do well, like XRP is gonna do really well. Wow.
Yeah. I'd say most altcoin Bitcoin charts have bottoms as of April to June this past, few months shakeout
Yeah.
paired with Bitcoin dominance topping.
Yeah.
I mean, it's looking good for
Yeah.
altcoins in my opinion.
Yeah, that's what always happens when Bitcoin dominance starts to drop. Like altcoins also start to go down. Like Bitcoin has a major correction, but then that sets up something that is almost like the same thing's happening in the stock market, which is interesting to me.
Very interesting.
Yeah, yeah, Solana, nice bull flag.
Yeah, very nice
Yeah,
bull flag. Now, there's only one. Okay, so I'll be bearish for 1 second. This is the only thing that scares me is a
yeah,
possible inverse
yeah,
head or
yeah. I
head and
see what you're saying.
shoulders,
Yeah, I
which
see.
would, you know,
Yeah,
but if that does break, that would only be just like a very insane buying opportunity because on the higher time frames, I mean, it's consolidating on top of the golden pocket,
yeah,
which is not bearish.
yeah,
It can even break into it and then bounce back up off of it.
yeah,
It's not. It's only would only be bull or bearish if it broke like into a lower low.
yeah.
So,
I'm always skeptical on like head and
uh,
shoulder pattern on a bull trend. Like, I guess it can be a reversal pattern, but they don't like a lot of times they don't work out. I actually don't know what the success rate for
yeah,
head and shoulder patterns are. Like, I'm almost never really pay attention to it. I see it and I'm like, I don't know.
yeah, I've seen like them just break up,
Yeah,
which
it's a
yeah, it's pretty
consolidation
funny.
pattern.
So, and then um back on Solana, I started getting bullish down here.
Yeah,
So we had this
yeah,
horrible 99%
yeah,
bear market downtrend. We
yeah,
broke the downtrend in spring 2023, had the back test,
yeah,
and then we started forming this ascending triangle.
yeah.
And this third back test of triangle, three tests
Man,
forms a trend.
that's a
So
beautiful
that,
ascending
and
triangle.
then it was also back testing 236 fib,
Wow.
which is a very
Yeah,
strong support in a bull market. So I
yeah.
started getting very bullish on Solana here.
Yeah. I wish I had known you earlier.
Uh, um,
That looks awesome. Wow.
okay, hold on. And then We got this. This is a CoinsKid buy and sell indicator.
Mhm.
I don't know if you know who CoinsKid is, but he's like a TA guy on Twitter and YouTube.
No, I
And we're
need to.
holding on to this.
Yeah.
And
Is this the 20, like, it's like
yeah, he
2050, like
has a
EMA kind
couple
of thing?
indicators. They're pretty nice.
Yeah. It's probably like an EMA ribbon.
I
Yeah.
think so.
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
beautiful.
it's definitely
Mm.
some type of EMA ribbon, but
Yeah.
he has it to where it like changes colors. And right
Yeah.
now, it's obviously flip bullish and it won't flip bearish unless it, breaks
Yeah.
that trend.
Yeah.
And right now we're holding it pretty well. It's provided good support on a bunch of other charts.
Yeah. The ribbon's thick. I'm not
Um,
that worried about it. Yeah. Huh. I'm gonna go back and watch this
and
and
then
use
the
some of these
the
indicators.
Bollinger Band is getting pretty tight there.
I love the Bollinger
I
Band. Thank you for
mean,
pulling it up.
yeah. So,
Yeah. So I don't think it's gonna go down that
I
much
mean, it's
further, to
gonna
be honest.
expand
Yeah.
and right, no. Like
Yeah.
if it does, it'd only be wicks on a
Yeah.
weekly chart if that even happens.
Yeah.
But we're holding this 130, 140 area pretty well.
Yeah. No, looking
So
great.
I'd say this starts to expand soon, and I mean we're in an
Yeah.
uptrend, so I favor that breaking up.
Yeah. I think I favor it breaking up too, looking at the EMA ribbon that you just had. So on this, so we're doing Zoom. We have like a
Yeah.
time limit. I think we have another like 5 minutes. You want to talk about Doge, and then we can talk about the overall market, like the total and others and things like that.
Yes. So
Yeah.
here we got Dogecoin, amazing looking chart in my opinion.
Yeah.
This is it's the only meme coin I really like because it has history, like it has
Mhm.
actual data to go back and like this cycle looks
Yeah.
like this cycle. Like I don't like buying new meme coins or new coins
Yeah.
personally because they don't have like historical data to look at.
Yeah.
Um, I'd rather have history to prove what it's going to do because every altcoin's going to have its first cycle do amazing, but it's going to crash 90% in the bear
Yeah.
market. So I'll wait till then to buy the new coins.
Yeah. But you have an uptrend. Like this is undeniably a breakout of the triangle, and you have an uptrend. Even if it's testing like, 9 cents, it's still forming a higher low and it's still looking great as far as I'm
Yeah,
concerned. So
yeah. And then also Super Trend caught
yeah.
it
Oh,
perfectly
nice.
right there.
Nice. Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. That's why it looks so good on the Super Ichi Cloud too. I don't remember exactly which time frame I looked at, but it looks pretty decent. Interesting. Yeah.
and then let's pull up some EMAs.
Yeah.
So I think this is the 200. So yeah,
Beautiful.
it's it's looking great. See, here we got a total cryptocurrency market cap chart.
Yes, we do.
Um, right now, right now we're forming a very nice bull flag
Yeah.
into the golden pocket, which is a strong support.
Yeah.
Um, my target would be 1.618 or the top of this channel. So, 7 to,
Okay.
maybe 12, 13, 14, sure, whatever the timing is on the top.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's looking good right now.
Yeah. So if Bitcoin may only go up, you're thinking maybe Bitcoin only go up like maybe 3x or something like that, then this goes up like 5, 6x. I mean, alt's gonna outperform. That's what you're thinking. Yeah.
For sure. I
Yeah.
mean, total two, um, also forming a nice flag here.
Yeah.
And another thing, it, on that recent dump, early June, this is like similar to Ethereum. We caught on that
Yeah.
same
Yeah.
support trend line.
Yeah. It
That
looks very
was the
similar.
2020 lows,
Yeah. Makes sense.
the fall little pullback, and then now right here. So
Yeah.
it's a strong place to be accumulating altcoins right now, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I mean, any crypto, but especially
Yeah.
altcoins.
Yeah. Nice trees are bottom too. Out of, like, yeah, this week and last week. Very, very nice trees are. So
And
Looking
then I
great.
think this is another one. Yeah, the super trend also caught this one perfectly, which is just
Nice.
great.
Nice.
Yeah, more confluence.
Yeah. And
Um, total three. I mean, same situation kind of broke down from this
yeah.
little flag it was in, and we
Yeah.
got a little ugly pullback, but it was right to support.
Yeah. Found support perfectly. Wow. For those people who
So it's
don't
a
know,
very
like,
similar looking chart.
yeah, for those people who don't know what we mean by total, total two, total three, total is like the total cryptocurrency market. Total two is excluding, it's the same thing, but excluding Bitcoin, and total,
Bitcoin, yeah,
yeah, total three is excluding, Bitcoin and Ethereum.
until
So yeah, so this is a really good index for
yeah.
like all the altcoins basically. Yeah, it's perfectly
Then
hitting all
another
the trend
thing on
lines.
total two, I
Yeah,
forgot. Um,
yeah, because Matt
it
likes to
has
talk about,
this
yeah, Matt likes to talk about
little
total
inverse head and
competitors and
shoulders here.
yeah. Ooh,
Very bullish.
ooh, nice. Yeah,
Bottoming pattern
yeah,
forming.
yeah. But you're gonna anticipate a little bit of a dip
Second
around
potential
before September. You're
play
gonna
there.
anticipate a little dip there, though,
Yeah.
huh? That could be
So we'll
pretty
see. We'll see if
scary.
that plays out.
That could be pretty scary for a lot of people if that works out.
Others,
Yes,
um,
others.
crypto total market cap, excluding the top 10.
Yeah,
Very similar chart, catching a very strong
yeah,
support on that recent dip.
yeah. There's another confluent strong support too is the Ichimoku cloud. Like it hit it almost perfectly. It's amazing. It's like almost to the dollar if you put up the Ichimoku. Like look at that.
Hold on, let me.
It's like absolutely beautiful where it hits the cloud. It's strong support.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, look at that.
Yeah.
Look at
I mean, that's
that. It
to the
doesn't get more
wick.
beautiful. Yeah.
That's very beautiful
Yeah. It's like classic resistance turn support. There's nothing else I can say about it. So,
for sure.
yeah, I think all coins
Um,
bottomed.
same. I mean, and another thing to signal that altcoins bottom,
Yeah.
others dominance.
Ooh,
Um,
nice channel.
also hit a very key trend line here.
Yeah.
And this fractal up here is Bitcoin.
Yeah.
And as you notice, when Bitcoin gets into price discovery,
Hmm.
um, others dominance bottoms.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's
It's getting close.
lining up for alt season, in my opinion.
It's getting close.
Yeah,
Yeah. You say September is getting close.
I'd give it
Yeah.
a few weeks to a few months,
Yeah.
and we'll probably start to see some crazy things again in crypto.
It's getting pretty close. I'm excited.
Very. Um, and
USD.
here we got tether dominance, which yeah, USDT.D
Yeah.
is a ticker. It's like typically I would say it's like the DXY of crypto.
Yeah.
And it had this uptrend for its entire existence really. And then it broke with that big pop February, March. And this pullback or consolidation we've experienced the past
Yeah.
few months has just been a back test
It's
of
it. It's beautiful,
the
man.
uptrend that support should now flip
It's
resistance.
beautiful. Yeah. Wow. I need
And
to
it's
chart
also
this.
this horizontal level that was support and it's back tested. So it's multiple
Yeah.
supports flipping to hopefully resistance and get a rejection here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You give me some ideas to chart. I haven't looked at this before, but yeah, it looks ugly.
It does not look good. And it retraced perfectly into the 786 fib,
Yeah.
which is a key fib on retracements of
Yeah.
any kind, up and down. So
Yeah.
it just doesn't look good. I don't know. I don't know why people are bearish right now, honestly.
I mean, people are bearish because price is not hot. Like they're like, I see these comments like people are saying, "Oh, Bitcoin's been going sideways and it's been just going down over the last like month or two." I'm like, yeah, that's exactly what it's meant to do. It's meant to shake people like you out. But anyway, go ahead, keep going.
Literally, I mean, it's honestly, it's a good thing because it's just reset tons of indicators
Yeah,
and like like you've pointed out many times on almost all the charts, maybe all of them, the volume
yeah,
peaked in February, March, and it's
yeah,
a slow downtrend on lower and lower volume.
yeah,
It's that's not bearish.
yeah, yeah. The lower it goes on declining volume, like the more bullish you should be. That's
Yeah.
that should be how it works.
hmm And then here we have the DXY. Everybody knows this, the US dollar index. It just keeps forming these wedges and then breaking down.
Yeah,
And it's hitting this downtrend. Everybody was getting super bullish on the dollar here. I mean,
yeah,
it's just hitting this downtrend. That's not, maybe if it broke and made a higher high, like
yeah,
over these highs, but, and then RSI is looking toppy, MACD's flipping bearish.
yeah,
I mean, it's about to hit a lower low. So
yeah,
that's looking very good for risk
yeah.
assets.
Yeah, it looks completely exhausted. That's what it looks like to me. But
Yeah, same. I mean,
yeah,
I it's I'd say it's for sure gonna break this low on this
yeah,
whenever we
yeah,
get into, deeper into the bull market top territory, like,
yeah,
like early 2025 area, it's probably gonna break this and it's gonna be our blow off top phase of the market.
yeah,
But right now, I mean, could even just say that's a wave one and this is just a really complex wave two that's been consolidating and then boom, big wave three down.
yeah. I think the only
Not
concern
looking
I
good.
have is still finding some support on like some of the Ichimoku stuff. Like it looks like it wants to break down under
Yeah,
all the
it's
Ichimoku stuff, but it's still finding support. Like that's my only reservation on that. You see what I'm saying? Like there's going to be some support
yeah,
underneath. Is broken down underneath the baseline or the kitchen, but you might have the cloud there. But the cloud's also very thin.
yeah, we'll
Like
probably battle this,
yeah,
but it is, yeah, it's very
yeah.
thin right
It's
there.
very
So you might
thin.
get,
It might
small bounce
bounce,
there,
but it's a very
and then
strong, but it's a very weak, vulnerable area. Like if it's going to break down, like that would be where it breaks down. So
yeah,
yeah,
but I mean it recently lost its bull market
nice,
support band on this
nice, love it.
recent pullback, so it's just it's not looking good.
Yeah, love it.
Any bounces should be faded on this chart. And then we can get into stocks, I guess. Let me pull up the
Well,
S&P
yeah,
500.
yeah, we can talk about S&P 500 because a lot of people keep talking about top, top, top.
So I have one concern with this. We're hitting the 1.618,
Interesting. So this is the
which
yeah
might
locked-in.
provide us like a little pullback, a little shakeout.
Hmm.
Because stocks are getting overheated in the
Yeah.
low time frames.
Just
But
on, just
I
in,
mean,
just
this
on time for
fall, and then
IWM. Just on time
presidential elections
for
are bullish. I wouldn't be surprised
yeah.
if we see a 700
So September,
700 spy, or
September,
roughly.
man. That's what your fractal is saying. September. Yeah, we're gonna go sideways
Yeah,
between now
they're
and
all kind of lining up. It's
yeah, yeah. Interesting.
yeah, and then people are gonna continue to get bearish at
Yeah,
support and bullish at resistance
yeah.
until we break, and I think we're gonna break it to the upside. At least all the charts I'm looking at show
Yeah.
that.
Just in time for
Um,
rotation to small caps. So yeah.
and then another thing, so I've been bullish on stocks since we broke this downtrend.
Yeah.
Um, and then we had this inverse head and shoulder,
Yeah.
broke that. I had this price target, which was this resistance here. We rejected off it perfectly,
Hmm.
and that was the price target of the inverse head and shoulders. Then
Yeah.
people got bearish
Yeah. Yeah. I remember October
as we came
was
back to support. It's
Yeah,
kind of an insane
October
breakout
was,
since,
yeah,
which is why we're probably going to consolidate a few months before we
yeah,
break out even more.
yeah. So you think they were hitting some pretty major resistance area because the 1.618, and
Yeah.
yeah, probably gonna retrace back to maybe like 530s.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we got a wick above it, but the weekly did not close above
yeah,
it. So that's not the best look. I mean, we'll see.
yeah.
Um,
September though.
yeah, then there was this wedge back here that
Yeah.
caught that pullback. So let's move on to probably the most bullish chart this cycle. I'd say this is the Tesla of last. Tesla was this chart last cycle,
Yeah.
basically. Everybody wanted Tesla, and now everybody's talking about NVIDIA.
Yeah.
Um, so this fractal here is the Cisco fractal from the dot-com
Oh
bubble.
no, Cisco.
So what caused me to put it on here was I saw a bunch of people saying like, "Oh, NVIDIA is a bubble. It's just like Cisco. It's gonna crash."
Yeah.
And but they were saying that down
Yeah.
here, like, and I was like, "Yeah, I mean, it probably is a slight bubble, but if you overlay the fractal,
Yeah.
it has some room to go."
Yeah.
So,
Is that the top of the dot-com bubble?
and it's
The
crazy
top.
how
Yeah.
like well the
Yeah.
fractal is followed and how well the fibs have played.
Yeah.
Like this 1.618 was resistance
Yeah.
for many months. Like we traded between 400 and 500,
Yeah.
or I guess pre-split 40
Yeah.
50 now.
Yeah.
And then once we finally broke out like a clear break in the 1.618, it took off.
Yeah.
And then yeah.
Do you have exposure to
But
NVIDIA?
here I do have a short-term bearish fractal potential at play.
Mm, yeah, I think it's probably overextended.
This
It
is
probably needs to
my,
cool down. Yeah.
I'd say it's my biggest stock position
When are you gonna exit?
besides Coinbase.
When
I'd
are you
say
gonna,
they're
yeah. Are you gonna exit at a certain point? Like, do you see any potential warning sign that you want to get out of NVIDIA?
I won't exit until the so the cycle we're in right now, personally, in my opinion, as all these charts are lining up,
Yeah.
is topping out sometime in Q1 2025. That's
Yeah.
when I'll exit. So whether the price is at 215 or 170, whatever it wants to be there, I'll
Mm-hmm.
probably be taking significant profit as a lot of charts are lining up for Q1 2025 to be the top
Mm-hmm.
of the market.
Is there anything that would make you change your mind?
Um, it's a good question.
Because fractals are hard. Like yeah, you have
Yeah,
fractals that can work out for a period of
yeah,
time.
true. And then
But yeah,
some diverge and break. Yeah.
right.
So even if the fractal stops working and
Yeah.
it stops following it, I
Yeah.
think the cycle is going to top then. Just everything else I'm looking at points
Okay.
to the cycle top and then. So whatever the price is, then I will be selling whether it breaks the fractal or not.
Mm,
Um,
mm. We'll see. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, that's pretty scary.
yeah.
But yeah, but it's good to
I mean,
know.
yeah,
I
but
think yeah, if it doubles from if it basically makes another like 70% up from here, it's not it's yeah, it's still pretty decent gain.
mhm. Yeah, it'd be crazy. It's already been a crazy ride.
Yeah, it's been a crazy run.
I do have this bearish fractal
Yeah,
possibly playing out.
yeah.
So this I copied from this kind of March double top
Mm-hmm.
dip thing, and
Mm-hmm.
it's doing a very similar thing here.
Yeah. Yeah. Interesting.
And this, coincidentally enough, this 21st, I think, is supposed to be
Mm-hmm.
their earnings date.
Mm,
So I'll say we pull back into the earnings, and then they come out with really good earnings again, and they're like, "Yo, we're still doing great," and everybody's like, "Oh," and they buy the dip.
yeah, people usually get scared when it gets scared when price goes down. I I do suspect we might go on for a little bit longer, but yeah, that's another discussion for another day, man. I mean, like, I think the
for
trend
sure.
still doesn't look like it's exhausted yet. I think we still got juice to go on, maybe even for longer
Yeah,
than Q1. But yeah, I mean, like especially if the crypto market keeps going up, further beyond that, we'll see.
for sure.
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah. But it's interesting. Like I think I haven't really seen the Cisco fractal aligning that well, both in terms of time and like the FIP levels and everything. It's just pretty amazing.
And then um, so I've been bullish on NVIDIA since I saw its inverse head and shoulders pattern. So this is similar to that SPY one that was down there. Like
Yeah,
the entire market at the time, the
yeah,
stock market was
yeah,
forming an inverse head and shoulder.
yeah,
It looked like the most cleanest, like perfect neckline,
yeah,
same areas of back test.
yeah,
And then whenever it broke out and also had like a downtrend break here,
yeah,
like that's I started loading up heavy here.
yeah,
And it's making great sense. So these chart patterns, people say they don't work, but I mean,
yeah,
look at that.
yeah. Yeah, I mean it's a great accumulation area there for sure. You look at all the altcoin season that's gonna come, like I have a hard time seeing Coinbase not doing well, and the chart's also showing it too. So
Yeah. So here's just a simple trend line that was resistance for a lot of the bull market, kind of little
yeah,
fake out breakout there, and then we finally broke out, and now we're back testing it as support.
yeah.
Um, Similar thing here with like this channel
Hmm.
breaking out, and it's back testing these
Yeah.
this like trend zone from the
Very nice.
highs
Very nice.
down to here. Almost hit it perfectly.
Yeah. I guess you still have an angle to go up on as resistance, but price could looks like price wants to get to like 400 in like beyond September.
Oh, what was that?
Looks like
Lagged a little
price
bit.
might want to get up to the angle. But anyway, yeah, keep showing your stuff, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
it just looks like a bull flag right now. Like it's higher highs and higher lows, and it's just consolidating.
for sure. One sec. Okay, yeah, I have this. So this fractal is the Amazon
Mm,
fractal from the dot-com bubble.
mm,
And right there is like the dot-com top on Amazon, and it has
mhm.
this big bear market.
Yeah,
And we kind of diverged here a little bit, but um, I mean, price is it's following the direction still. So has a direction going up
yeah,
still from here
yeah.
until, early 2025.
Yeah, man, you're
Just
really
another
lining up
thing to
everything
line
in
up.
early 2025. That's what you really worry about in terms of timing. Huh. Interesting.
Yeah, I am. It's just
Yeah.
a lot of things are just lining
Yeah.
up for that. And I can show you something here in a little bit
Sure.
too,
Sure.
that would show that. But here's my I guess wave count. I'm kind of noob at waves, so this, but I think this is pretty good.
Hmm.
So we have a little wave one, two sideways, and this big wave three with
Hmm.
five waves inside it.
Yeah.
And right now, very similar to Bitcoin,
Yeah.
we're in the wave four, kind of just sideways consolidation before we break out into the wave five.
Hmm.
And my main target for Coinbase is the 1.618.
Hmm.
But like you said, I mean,
Yeah. Yeah.
it go to 4 digits, which would be great around
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
5 to 600 area, probably,
Yeah. It can always go higher, but like
depending on how the
honestly,
chart looks at the time.
yeah, you have to choose your profit taking time because it can go higher, but at some point, like you don't have the time to top. So
Yeah, it's hard to time it exactly.
yeah.
And if you know, for people that got down in at 30, 40, $50,
Yeah.
like I mean
Doesn't
a
matter.
10x
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
it's
Yeah.
it's typically a good place to take profit.
That's
Can't
fair.
complain about that. Even if you miss the top and it goes up a little more,
Yeah.
you know, that's why you should always, in my opinion, leave some left over. Don't take all profit.
Yeah.
And then, leave a little moon bag. Um, let's see. Tesla.
Yeah, everybody's talking about Tesla.
So this
Everybody's
one,
scared. Yeah.
so everybody got excited because on the uh the regular linear scale,
Hmm.
we
Yeah.
have the support, which it was perfect,
Yeah.
and it's broke out here.
Yeah.
But I saw you saying that, and I agree. It's you got to be cautious because on log scale, it didn't get the weekly close over the downtrend.
Yeah.
Like it's a perfect the wick above and then back below.
Yeah. I live on the
So
log.
that's what I'm
Yeah.
watching on Tesla. On
Yeah.
stocks, I use log scale, but I tend to look at linear just time to time.
Sure. Yeah.
But log scale is definitely the best to move.
Yeah. I mean, especially for a stock like Tesla that moves like crazy.
So
I
that's
think
all I'm watching on
yeah.
Tesla right now, just these
Yeah.
trend lines. There's not
Yeah.
really watching much else on that.
Yeah.
Um, so we'll see how it does. If it rejects here, get
Hmm.
some consolidation,
Yeah.
um, and then tries to break up or maybe breaks further down.
Which direction you
Um,
think it's going to go? You think it's going to go down back to 200? Yeah. Or do you think it's going to find support at the angle
I
below?
so and then you can go back to linear scout. Maybe we'll just ride this down
Yeah.
until I think Elon pushed back the
Yeah.
robotaxi event to October. I think that was the news of why we fell.
Yeah.
They always like lining up news with charts, even though the charts were very overheated at the time. And I sold
Yeah.
my leaps.
Yeah.
If you're like, why are you selling? It's like it's overheated on
Yeah.
any time frame below
Yeah.
the weekly.
Yeah.
So
So do you have a position in Tesla right now besides the leap that you sold in the 270s?
I have my shares still. I just sold my options
Gotcha.
on it
Gotcha. Good timing.
because that breakout was
Yeah.
too good to turn down. Whenever
Yeah.
the volatility kicks up in the option
Yeah.
contracts, that's just a great time to take profit.
Yeah. Yeah. Great timing.
But here we have Mara. Um, People are mad at this one because it's just been similar to Bitcoin. It's just trading sideways for some months.
Yeah.
But to me, it's just a huge inverse head and shoulders, and this is just it's building support on the neckline,
Yeah.
and it'll eventually get its rise up
Yeah.
with the crypto market.
Yeah. It's going to be a very powerful move when it happens, and it's just looks like it's finding support is on declining volume. It looks like it wants to go up. And when it goes up, like people are going to get bullish on it again, but I don't know. It's just anyway. It's just how it always goes.
Yeah, especially with these minor stocks, they're good at like making people not believe in them, like
Yeah.
and then they just have a 30% day. Like
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, just
it's
look at
it's
this
pretty
chart.
crazy.
Like with the Bitcoin volatility, with it going down, like Mara barely dropped at all, over the last
Yeah, and Mars hold the
months.
miners
Yeah.
have been holding on very well,
Yeah.
especially some of the others like Iron and
Yeah.
Wolf and all of those.
Yeah.
But I like people like to chart this one because it's one of those that a lot of people got in last cycle, so this
Yeah.
is the one they pay attention to.
Yeah.
So that's why I wanted to show this one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Another thing I'd like to look at is moon phases and eclipses,
Yeah.
which I don't. Do you have any?
I I kept seeing posts about that when like a few years ago, and when I first start, paying attention to this kind of stuff, and people were just charting that kind of stuff all the time. But yeah, it's funny, but okay. It fits, like, things go in cycles, so it makes sense.
Let's try to see what these moon phases and eclipses are talking about. So
Mm.
here we have the moon phases indicator,
Hmm.
which is these blue and white circles. So full new moons, these are blue ones. These typically mark tops plus or minus 5 days, and then full moons mark bottoms. But as you can see, they're not perfect. You got to combine, TA with it
Yeah.
um, to really. get the confluence. But the
Yeah.
eclipses, on the other hand, are more like long-term pivot areas.
Do you trade based on moon phases?
Yes.
Mm.
Sometimes it depends. I combine it with TA, but
Yeah.
if on a full moon we're looking bullish, like it's near bottom, out long, and then
Ah,
opposite on a new moon out short. But here we have the eclipses. These eclipses in November 2022 mark the bottom
yeah.
of the cycle.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that a little later. I'll show you the
Yeah.
what was it, the FTX chart that crashed
Yeah.
there. Um, Run up in the May, low consolidation, and
Hmm.
since the October one, we ran all the way up to this March, April ones, and
Yeah.
now consolidating again.
Yeah.
And I think on these September, October ones, eclipses, we'll start
Uh,
to get our breakout to
I
where I have the
see.
bull market top, which is coincidentally aligned with this next set of eclipses.
Ooh, okay. So that's why you're saying that September and also Q1. Got it. Got it.
Yeah, this another thing that lines up there. Yes.
Mm.
So here's an example of like the moon phases working out. I posted this, and then it played out pretty well. Um, and then here we have the Luna crash, which was on the May 15th.
Yeah.
There's a lunar eclipse here in
Yeah.
2022,
Yeah.
and then FTX,
Ooh.
same thing, lunar eclipse
Ooh.
in late 2022.
Yeah.
So these are like the normal moon phases, but this one, these two were on eclipse days as
Yeah.
well. Like the on these, the right here,
Yeah.
this May one, and then this November one.
Yeah.
So those, it's kind of crazy to see that.
Yeah. Actually, yeah, they always seem to line up very well. I don't think there's really any particular explanation except that things go in cycle and maybe it has to do with like human psychology, like who knows?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
there's a bigger cycle that involves the eclipses. It's the solar and lunar cycles. So solar cycles are typically associated with bear or bull markets, and then the lunar cycles
Huh.
are associated with these bear markets.
Do you think it's like
And then I
hormonal?
posted this back. What
Like,
was that?
do you think it's like hormonal? Like, is that what's happening? I don't know. How,
Um,
how this?
that's a good question. I don't know what it is, but it's a it's a pretty big coincidence.
Yeah,
So
yeah, fair enough. Yeah, if that's
it's
the
just
case, that then
it's
we
just
definitely,
more confluence. I don't like
yeah,
live and die by it, but
yeah,
if it works and I can combine it with my TA to give me
sure,
more confluence, I
yeah,
mean, might as well use it.
sure, yeah,
But here I had, I posted this back, what, 28K, like
yeah,
early 2023,
yeah,
and then it plays out and you see what happens. It keeps going. So
yeah,
we're headed towards the top of the solar cycle, which actually tops fall 2024. But
hmm,
see, each time it hits that initial top,
yeah,
it typically has like a final one into the next
yeah,
eclipse before it starts
yeah,
going down. Um, but so the 2025, I think,
hmm,
is the top, and then
hmm,
we'll we should go down like we do every single time for about a
hmm,
year, and
hmm, yeah,
then back to 3 years up. I think the 20, I'd say maybe early 2026, whenever we bottom, early mid 2026, not sure. We'll
yeah,
find out. But whenever that bottoms to the 2028, 2029 top, I think that bull market will make this one look small.
yeah,
Um, just based on where we're at in the adoption cycle of crypto.
yeah,
Like right now, Bitcoin's just now getting ETFs,
yeah,
so and Ethereum's about to. but then they're going to start the tokenization narrative,
Hmm.
and they're going to move the entire financial system onto the blockchain.
Yeah.
And having a market cap of only 2 trillion, I mean, I
Yeah.
think I think total market cap of crypto can 100x in the
Yeah.
next decade, and
Yeah.
or maybe decade and a half.
Yeah.
So I would not be surprised to see a 200 trillion
Yeah.
plus crypto market cap
Yeah.
total.
Yeah. I've always wondered, I always ask myself, like, is there a price for Bitcoin that I'm willing to sell this cycle? I,
Mhm.
I don't I don't have the answer yet. But
So
I,
I have my targets are. Let me see if I can find
yeah.
it. So I have this. I have one target from the Bitcoin SPY chart,
Yeah.
which is this 1.41 fib, which is
Mhm.
277
Yeah.
on there. So you say you multiply that by what spies? So say spies at what, like, what's it, like 560 right now?
Yeah.
So say it's at 600 at the top.
Yeah.
Multiply that by 277 and you get 166,000.
Hmm.
Um, and then also, let's see. Let's see what the 1.618 fib is on Bitcoin. I think it's around there.
Okay. Yeah. Right around 6 digits. Yeah.
So that's, I think, the yeah, that's the linear
Yeah.
scale. And then log, check this up. Fib
Hmm.
levels based on log, it
Yeah.
has like 170.
170.
So
Yeah.
I'd say my
Wow.
target is anywhere
Yeah.
from one, 150 to 170 or so.
Yeah, I've actually seen like I think like Rika's thing that is gonna be like 100 is gonna be the top, and I think Matt, like the great Matsby, he thinks like 175. So yeah, pretty interesting. Yeah, it all lines up. So
Yeah, it sounds like a good target. I mean, roughly what, like a double from the,
yeah.
I'd say at 140, like
Hmm.
maybe roughly 70K times two, double last cycle's top. It's probably a
Yeah.
good place to start taking profit on Bitcoin and crypto.
Yeah. And also gonna fly if it's gonna go up to like 100, even 100K, or but like if it
Yeah,
goes up to like
even
175, man, it's all gonna fly.
as soon as Bitcoin breaks
Yeah.
this,
Yeah.
hard resistance at 72, 73,
Yeah.
74, like this area, and it gets
Yeah.
75 to 80
That's it.
and has real price discovery,
Yeah.
not just a little
Yeah.
consolidation around it,
Yeah. That's it.
that's when altcoins will take
Yeah.
off.
Yeah.
That's when Bitcoin dominance will take.
Yeah.
And that's when Dogecoin is gonna go
Yeah.
to $1 or
Yeah.
plus.
All right, man. Hey, I think we're running out of
And all
time,
those
but
type of
thanks.
things.
I'm
Yep,
gonna put everything together. But thanks so much for joining me today and talking about charts, man.
for sure. Thanks for having me, man. It was great.
Yeah, we'll see if we can do it again. Take care.
Yep.